Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts. This is Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday. I almost said August. Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. I almost said August because let me tell you, this time of the year, as it does for everyone, has just been flying by. It's been one of those weeks that just fly by. I've been going and I have 3 adult children, so they're out of the house, but still when they go to doctor's appointments and stuff, they like to take mom along with them. So I spent an afternoon doing tests with my oldest, and then my youngest, he's 18, he got a new job working at Carrabba's, so he needed new uniform clothes, so we had to go out shopping for clothes. And then my daughter, my middle child, she's just on vacation, she got bored, so she came over to hang out with mom and dad for a day. All those little interruptions, they just all seem to add up on top of your regular chores, and I decided this week was the week I was going to do some computer work, so there you go, the week has flown by. One of the things I did get started on last week is I did a quilt as you go sew along with me video. So because of that video, I did actually get this little table runner started. It just needs binding. Just Christmas scraps. Sitting at a doctor's office or at the hospital waiting for tests for your turn seems to take an eternity. Even if you have an appointment, I think we were there for 3-4 hours just to get a couple tests done. So I had just gotten up to about this far, if that, on Robbie's socks. So I did get quite a few rows put onto that. I really like the way this color is looking. It is pooling in a strange way though. I like the way the toe has a couple extra yellow in between. I'm not a big fan of this. But then the yellow all stuck together here. So it would have been nice. Probably with a smaller stitch for a smaller foot like my foot, it might look different. Hopefully I'll have enough left over and I'll be able to make a small pair of socks for myself, so we'll see if the striping changes at all for that one. I have to take hubby out for cortisone shots today in his back, so there'll be more sitting and waiting in a waiting room, and that usually takes anywhere from an hour to 4 hours depending on how busy the office is. So I'm going to start on the second sock on this and see how far I can get done. And when you saw this sweater at the end of last month on Halloween, I only had a little bit of the hem done, so I did get quite a bit done this week on the sweater. Like I said, I'm hoping to get this done before the end of the month, so it'd be nice to have it in case it gets cool on Thanksgiving. Now, I have high hopes for next week, and I'm sure I'm not going to get half accomplished what I want, but I picked up some more towels at the Dollar Tree. These ones are a little bit different than the last pair. They have these lines going down instead of the checkers. My daughter came over yesterday. She saw my hanging towels from the stove, and she's like, that's what I need. My towels always fall. I said, well, take mine. She's like, no. So I'll have to make her a couple towels for their house. I picked up this hoodie pattern probably last year, planning on making the kids hoodies for Christmas. I'm going to start on Justin's. He's my oldest. He doesn't have a hoodie, so he gets his first. I've ordered, he has a Blue's Clues tattoo on his forearm. He's really, I don't know what it is. He's always just kind of like the Blue's Clues, so I got him some Blue's Clues fabric to add to accent. He's going to get a zip-up hoodie, so I'm going to accent the pockets and possibly inside the hood. Apparently Blue's Clues fabric is very rare right now, and if you want it in large quantities, it's like $25 a yard on eBay. I'm sorry, I love my kids, but he's not $25 a yard for Blue's Clues for something that's not going to last forever. So I found I could buy it for half a yard. So I picked up a couple half yards. I don't know if it's going to come in 1 full yard length or 2 half yard segments. We'll see. But it should be enough to add a little bit onto the pockets and to do the inside of the hood. Robbie, my youngest, he wants one that only zips down to there. And then my daughter wants another one that zips up like that. But I still need to go to Joann's and pick up the zipper and the fleece material. I wanted to wait until the Blue's Clues material came in so I could take it to Joann's to match it up so that I don't have 2 weird blue colors. The other thing I'd like to get started, but I know I won't finish this week, is if anyone's seen Man Sewing, Rob Appel. He had a video a few weeks ago, I'll go ahead and put a link to it down below, about making donation bears for children who have rare diseases. So I ordered the pattern, and I got the little fabric for his feet. Each bear has special fabric that they send you for the feet, so you have to order the pattern and you have to order the feet. All the information is on Rob's video and then a link to there'll be a link to their website also. I like to do donations for children especially, and my daughter and I, we were talking about how if we had unlimited amount of funds, where we would donate our money to, because being a manager at Tijuana Flats, she gets to donate a certain amount of money every year to whatever organization the Fort Myers area decides. She wanted to donate to rare diseases for children because there's so many diseases that have donations, like breast cancer gets a lot of them. But maybe something where there's only like 10 children in the U.S. who have the disease, they're not getting as much funding. When I saw that this donation was for children with rare diseases, I jumped right on it. But the selling point for me was, you only have to stuff the ears when you mail these out. You can choose to stuff the whole animal, or you can just leave it flat and mail it that way. Now, I'm very limited on my funds, so making bears, stuffing them, and fitting them into the box, the shipping would get too much for me. But to leave them flat, then they can just go into a flat rate envelope, and I could put a few in them. Hopefully, I'd like to at least do one a month, but as many as I can get done throughout the year, I can stuff them in and mail them out every few months as the envelope gets full, and it won't cost as much for me. They have volunteers where they're at that go ahead and stuff them, and they embroider the eyes and the face and everything. So the parts that are hardest for me, stuffing it evenly, shipping it, and I have the hardest time embroidering faces to make them look right. They're going to do all that work for me. So I'd like to at least pull out the fabric, maybe get the pattern traced out onto it and get it ready to start sewing. My quilting whips for this month, I'd like to at least get the lining fabric cut out for these stockings. I started making these, I don't know if I made them last year or made them sometime during the summer, whenever, but they weren't done. I didn't want to do the quilt that the group had chosen, number 2, so I just pulled these out. I have this stocking, which I really love, with the wonky star on it. Then I also have 6 of these mini stockings that, the scrap papers. I believe it was a Quilt in the Day Eleanor Burns pattern that showed how to do this. So these need to have their backs cut out, and I need to have lining fabric for all these. But I'm not sure. I might skip the lining fabric and maybe just do a French seam, because I did the quilt as you go onto some white fleece. So being as small as they are, I might be able to just skip putting a lining on these. So I have big lofty goals for the week, and I plan on accomplishing very, very little of it, but at least it's there if I do find the time to do it. Do you guys find that you make a lot of big plans at this time of the year and then you can just never seem to find the time to get it all done? I know I do that every year. So that's it for me this week. Not much done. Hoping to do too much. Looking forward to everyone's videos, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.